Greetings, NASCAR enjoyers, and we're at Dover, aka the track that NASCAR just wants to get rid of. Although, in my opinion, it's an awesome track to host a race at. But NASCAR just wants to get rid of it. It feels like NASCAR's wanting to get rid of it. Having the All-Star race take place at Dover has to be one of NASCAR's worst decisions yet. Yeah, there's no defending it at all. One of the dumbest decisions that they've made in their whole entire lifetime of making a lot of dumb decisions. Yeah, NASCAR's made a lot of stupid decisions, but this one takes the cake for me because the All-Star race should never be held at Dover Motor Speedway. It is one of the worst tracks to host the All-Star race at. It should be at either Rockingham or Bowman Gray. Nothing else. Or Charlotte. Charlotte would also be great, but I want to see it at Bowman Gray or Rockingham, and Rockingham would be interesting because of the tire wear that Rockingham's known to produce, and it would be interesting to see how the next-gen cars perform at Rockingham. The good news is that Clint Bowyer is racing in the truck race. Yeah, it's been a decade since he last raced in NASCAR, but anyways. This year's Dover Truck Series race begins with Kyle Busch and Ty Majeski bound for the lead. Kyle Busch takes the lead. Ah, crap. This is not going to be an exciting race. Clint Bowyer falls behind. And Natalie Decker gets a start violation penalty. Dang it! And this also ruffled her feathers because she basically decided to give up on the Truck Series. Yeah. She's like, no, I'm done. I'm done racing the Truck Series. No more. Clint Bowyer gets past Baldwin for 23rd. Carson Hocevar gets past Cole Butcher. At least Cole's still in the race. Honeycutt and Majeski battle for second. Honeycutt managed to get past Majeski. Bell and Ruggiero battle for fourth. And Carson Hocevar has issues with his truck. Hendrick comes down to pit road due to an electrical issue. And he's out of race. Dang it. Another one. Kyle Busch continues to lead the Monster Mile. I'm hoping he'll have issues on pit road. You never know. Destiny Spurlock hits the wall and causes the first caution of the day. Well, that's another one to add to Miles' collection. And it sucks that she lost control and hit the wall, because, well, she's one of the 3 female drivers to enter this race. But anyways, several drivers come down to pit road during the caution period. Caden Honeycutt beats Kyle Busch on pit road. Yes! Only a few trucks stay out. And 2 drivers, including Caden Honeycutt, get penalized for speeding off pit road. You had one chance to beat Kyle Busch, Caden. One chance. Not again. The race restarts with Cole Butcher being pushed to the lead. Kyle Busch takes the lead and takes the stage win, but impressive for Cole Butcher because he got 3rd place in the first stage. First time that he's done that, by the way. But anyways, pit road is open and only 2 drivers come down to pit road. More drivers then join in alongside them. The second stage begins with Kyle Busch continuing to lead. Not big surprise, am I right? Chastain wasn't able to get past him as Kyle Busch pulls away a bit. Hocevar Bell battle for 5th. Even with 12 to go on the second stage, Kyle Busch continues to lead and he isn't happy with his truck. Ross Chastain starts cutting away at Kyle Busch's lead gap. Cole Butcher comes down to pit road as he got some damage done to his truck. Not again, and he's out of the race. Seriously, like, how many times has Cole Butcher gotten out of the race? I want to see him finish the race, because I'm rooting for that guy. I'm a Canadian, just like he is, and always want to root for a Canadian driver, and want to see him do well. Grant Enfinger is running in 10th. Even with Ross's best efforts, he wasn't able to get past Kyle Busch, and Kyle Busch wins the second stage of the 2026 Truck Series race at Dover. What a big surprise, am I right? But anyways, our next race off pit road begins and Ross Chastain wins the race off pit road. Yes! Someone finally got past Kyle Busch! The third and final stage begins with Ross Chastain being pushed to lead. For the first time since in the end of the first stage, someone besides Kyle Busch is in the lead! Yay! He's won so many freaking truck races. It's about time to see Kyle Busch not leading. You have no idea how relieved I was to see that. Carson Hocevar comes down to pit road early. And the caution just came out when Luke Baldwin wrecks out. He nearly got involved with Brendan Queen and he hits the wall when he lost control. But anyways, pit road is open and several drivers pit in, but Ross stays out. Kyle Busch also got involved with the number 26 truck on pit road. The race starts with Kyle Busch and Ross Chastain bound for the lead. Even with older tires, Ross Chastain takes the lead. Mini Tyrrell goes free wide with Clint Bowyer, gets into the wall, and the caution just came out. The race restarts with Kyle Busch and Ross Chastain continuing to battle for the lead. Ross Chastain isn't able to hold off Kyle Busch and he lost the lead. Dang it! I want Ross Chastain to win. I'm always wanting him to win, and I'm always rooting for Ross Chastain. I want him to win more than Kyle Busch, because Kyle Busch has won one too many truck races, and NASCAR Motorsport hasn't won a race since 2024. So, perfect. Majeski takes second from Chastain. Chastain has fallen back to 7th. Clint Bowyer has issues with the right rear. Carson Hocevar comes down to pit road again while Majeski and Busch battle for the lead. Majeski gets held up by a lap truck and that causes Kyle Busch to pull away a bit. Chastain comes down to pit road. Clint Bowyer comes down to pit road and Dawson Sutton joins in alongside him. And Clint Bowyer's out. I really hope a Ram finishes well at Charlotte. Even with 8 to go, Kyle Busch continues to lead and there are no further cautions. And Kyle Busch wins the Dover Truck Snoozefest. Seriously, this race nearly put me to sleep. It wasn't very exciting and there wasn't much going on. So for that reason alone, it gets a 6 out of 10. And yeah, it was not surprising that Kyle Busch won and dominated the race. I want to see someone else other than Kyle Busch win, and I want to see someone dethrone him for the most Truck Series win, because I'm sorry, but Kyle Busch has won too many races in the NASCAR Truck Series, and I want to see someone else other than Kyle Busch win. And hopefully that will be true in the Charlotte truck race. I hope that he doesn't enter, unless if I see that announcement. But if I do, I will scream in frustration. But anyways, it is time to sign off. Hopefully the O'Reilly Series race will be better than this one. Thank you for watching. If you like this video, then you know what to do. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell just in case I haven't already done so. Catch you guys next time and peace out. Greetings, NASCAR enjoyers, and welcome to the second part of the races before the All-Star race. Seriously, I can't get over the fact that Dover is hosting the NASCAR All-Star race this year. Easily one of NASCAR's worst decisions that they've made, and they've made a lot of bad decisions, including the infamous car of tomorrow. Don't worry, I like the next-gen car. I think it looks good, and it's one of the best-looking cars, but a lot of NASCAR guys and NASCAR traditionalists don't like it because single lug bad, 5 lug good. Even though V8 supercars have had single lugs for a long time, and they, in my opinion, look better than the 5 lugs in NASCAR. So yeah, you either love or hate the next-gen car, and some people are divided on their opinions about the next-gen car. It's a polarizing NASCAR racing car. And Ross Chastain is on the pole of the O'Reilly Series! Yes! Go get that win, Ross. I want to see the Melon Man win. But anyways, this year's Dover O'Reilly Series race begins with Ross Chastain and Brendan Jones battling for the lead. Brendan Jones could have pulled away, but Ross is resilient and pulls away. Corey Day starts falling behind. Brendan Jones continues to trail behind Ross Chastain. And the caution just came out. Jeb Burton, Brent Cruz, and Parker Resloff get involved in an incident that's free more to add to Miles' collection of wrecked cars. LeVar Scott will be the guy to cause a chain reaction of wrecks again with LeVar Scott. Is there not a single caution that doesn't involve LeVar Scott? Brent Cruz also went into the wall. This will also affect the chase point standings, and Parker Resloff is out of the race. Dang it! The race restarts with Brandon Jones pulling away for Ross Chastain. Ah crap, I don't want Brandon Jones to win, I want the Melon Man to win this one. And I want to see him smash that watermelon on the ground and bask in the glory of his celebration. I'm always rooting for Ross Chastain, even if he's a bushwhacker. Yeah, like, hypocrisy I know, but Ross Chastain doesn't win that many Cup Series races this year, and I think that Ross Chastain definitely deserves a win in the O'Reilly Series, because there's nothing better than seeing Ross smash that watermelon in victory lane. Easily one of the best victory celebrations in my opinion, aside from 11 against the world and that Carson Hocevar victory burnouts, but Ross Chastain smashing the melon and 11 against the world might be my favorites though. Yeah, I love that 11 against the world flag, by the way. I should do a ranking list of victory celebrations. Hopefully the pit stops will shake things up. The battle for the lead continues. Lap traffic becomes a factor, and just like that, Brandon Jones wins the first stage of the 2026 O'Reilly Series race at Dover. But anyways, pit road is now open and several drivers come down to pit road. Yes, Ross Chastain wins the race off pit road. This is exactly what I wanted to see happen. Ross Chastain winning on pit road. The second stage begins with Taylor Gray and Ross Chastain battling for the lead. Ross Chastain takes the lead again. Go Ross, you can do it, man. You can win that freaking race. I'm always rooting for you, man. Justin Allgaier and Brandon Jones battle for ninth. Allgaier wasn't able to hold him off. And another caution just came out. Blaine Perkins lost control and hits the wall. Another Blaine Perkins incident. What a big surprise, am I right? The race restarts again with Ross Chastain pulling away from Taylor Gray. Nothing can stop the Melon Man. Lap traffic becomes a factor again. Keep in mind, it is hard to pass at Dover. Carruth is right behind Chastain. Chastain puts a couple of drivers lap down. The Melon Man wins the second stage of the 2026 O'Reilly Series race at Dover, even with a charging Roger Carruth. Yes, that's what I want to see the Melon Man do. The Melon Man is always one of my favorites when it comes to NASCAR drivers. But anyways, our next race off pit road begins, and Jesse Love wins the race off pit road. You gotta be freaking kidding me. I hope someone takes the lead from him. The third and final stage begins with Jesse Love and Roger Carruth battling for the lead. Jesse Love and Roger Carruth get into each other, and that brings out another caution. Man, Downforce Danny is gonna be mad when he sees this. He'll certainly have some explaining to do. Yeah. Imagine what Downforce Danny himself has to say to Jesse Love after that incident. The race restarts with Ross Chastain and William Sawalich battling for the lead. Ross pulls away, but not by much. William Sawalich somehow managed to keep up with him. Wait, what? Chastain now has to hold off Taylor Gray, and then all of a sudden, another caution just came out. Roger Carruth gets involved with the number 24 car. The race restarts with William Sawalich continuing to lead. Ross Chastain takes out Taylor Gray. Taylor Gray tries taking out Ross Chastain, but he ends up taking himself out, and another caution just came out. Both drivers had to come in for repairs, but anyways, pit road is now open, and several drivers come down to pit road. William Sawalich wins the race off pit road, and another tire just came loose. To make matters worse, Roger Carruth also has issues on pit road. The race restarts again with Austin Green being pushed to the lead by Justin Allgaier. Justin Allgaier takes the lead after having to push Austin Green. Yes, he still got it. And another caution just came out. Garrett Smithley lost control and hits the wall. We also get an interview with Andrew Overstreet, who is Justin Allgaier's crew chief. The race restarts again with Justin Allgaier continuing to lead. Brent Cruz has just jumped up to 8. Corey Day gets past Harrison Burton for third. Justin Allgaier continues to lead, and he has a 1-second lead gap. William Sawalich tries to cut away at Justin's lead gap, but it is not enough as lap traffic becomes a fact. And another caution just came out. Can we please get Garrett Smithley off the track? His tire explodes and hits the wall. I'm surprised he didn't come down to pit road for the rear end damage. Yeah, that was a lot of damage done to his car. He should have went to pit road to have his car repaired, because that would have avoided another caution. Austin Green is the only driver to come down to pit road, aside from Garrett Smithley. The race restarts with Justin Allgaier jumping to the lead. Sawalich tried to get past him, but no luck. Sam Mayer and William Sawalich battle for second. This is great for Justin Allgaier, as he now has a 1.5-second lead gap. As long as if Justin or Sam Mayer's in the lead, I'm not complaining, or Corey Day, because he doesn't win that many races. Taylor Gray gets lapped again. Chastain is now in 10th. Even Corey Day gets past William Sawalich. Day and Mayer battle for second. Now this is the kind of Dover racing that I expect. Intense action on a mile of concrete. Day and Allgaier engage in an intense battle for the lead, and Justin Allgaier tries his best to use the air blocking techniques that Denny Hamlin's known for. The mysterious Ford entry goes a lap down, and keep in mind, there were no Ford entries anywhere on the list before a Ford Mustang suddenly decided to appear out of nowhere and with no sponsors at all. The battle continues. Corey Day takes the lead, but Allgaier's not going to give up just yet. On the final lap, the battle continues. Allgaier tries to close in, but Corey Day wins again. For the intense action that went on in the end, the race gets a 9 out of 10. It's amazing that Corey Day was able to catch up to Justin Allgaier as he has less experience than the O'Reilly Series veteran. Seriously, Corey Day won only 2 races this season, and Justin Allgaier has won a championship. So, Corey Day is a rando that just beat a veteran at the Monster Mile. But here we are. Well, this concludes the second part of the races before the All-Star Weekend, so it's time to sign off. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, then you know what to do. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and hit that notification bell just in case I already done so. Catch you guys next time. Peace out.